Hello there. What is going on, everybody? This is not a happy video for me, but I wanted to get the word out. And if you follow me on social media, you may have already seen I had a pretty big issue last night where my PC died on me, and I was not able to recover it. It looks like the motherboard, and it basically. It's an old PC. Anyway, it was definitely on its last leg, and had been giving me some signs. I thought I was going to have more time with it. So I'm not going to have any videos for a while. I do have 2 videos still in the pipe that were already completed that should be going up at some point I'm probably going to space them out a little bit more now. So there's a terrain review that's going to go up maybe this weekend or early next week, and then there's another Legion battle report. Will I make a funeral pyre for the PC? Well, I'm going to have to try and rip the hard drives out of there, and hopefully I can save some of my data off of that. So that is what's going on right now. And so here's what's going on, because I'm going to cut to the chase. I hate having to do this, but I put up like not a GoFundMe, but it's like a PayPal fund. It's basically a little GoFundMe. If anybody feels that they're able to, and if you're not, it's absolutely fine. But if anybody wants to help out, there's a link in the video description below, and I'll probably share it on social media as well. But feel free to share it if you know anybody who doesn't, because I know that only some people catch the live streams. But if you're interested. And again, I know there's more people who are in way more need, and so this is like a first world problem. So I totally recognize that, and I don't like to ask for help. I like to try to do everything myself. That's why I'm just like a one-person YouTube channel for the most part. Although, I mean, obviously my wife and family are instrumental, and I couldn't do what I do without their support. But and also your support as well. So what happened, and why is it that I can't afford to replace a PC? Well, normally I do have a Patreon, which is extremely helpful, and that's one of the things that allows me to continue to do videos. And of course, there is some ad revenue. I usually reduce the number of ads, because if I just let YouTube put them in there, it puts ads like every minute in the video. So I try not to overload people with ads. But I've been doing all right. I've been able to usually make a little bit of money off of what I do. I don't really do this for the money. I really do this because I love Star Wars games and tabletop gaming and all of this stuff, and it's just became a really, really fun outlet for me to do. And and if I was actually making, because I also work, I have a regular job on top of this, because this really doesn't make me a whole lot of money. But what this has done is I've been able to, over the years, as I've grown, I've been able to make sure that my income from this channel meets the demand for buying stuff, because I have a lot of costs that go into this channel. And since Patreon has come into the picture, it really helped out along with some of those extra costs. I was able to start going to conventions, because even going to conventions, if you were going to work, like I've always done. If you've ever seen me at Gen Con in the past or any of those other conventions, I always go there, and I always have to work for Asmodee, or it's always been Asmodee, but the idea is I'd have to go there to work. It still costs money, because you still have to fly out there, and you still have to eat while you're out there, and of course you have to buy the latest releases, and since you're buying them out there, you don't get any discount, and of course you have to ship everything home, and so it's hundreds and hundreds of dollars. I usually end up spending somewhere around $500 on stuff at Gen Con, between all of the food and the hotel stuff, and then just drinks and water, going out to Star Wars Celebration even. I was going to work for them because I couldn't afford to do that. And fortunately, AMG helped me out and paid for the flight and the hotel and everything, which was awesome. But still, there was a whole lot of spending, because heck, just a bottle of water out in LA was $7 for one bottle of water. And this was at one particular restaurant that stuck in my mind. I don't think every place charged $7. Some places it was a little bit less expensive than that. But there's a lot of expenses that go into going to conventions. So I have all of my disposable income right now tied up into Gen Con. All of my money is into Gen Con right now. I've already got tickets locked in. I've got hotel reservations locked in with deposits that now it's too late to cancel. Otherwise, they still charge you anyway. So I have to go to Gen Con still, and that's fine because I had prepared for that. I planned for that. I planned my whole year's budget around these things, and and I thought I was going to at least have until the end of the year for this PC, and it just like suddenly. It kind of exploded on me last night. So we're, it really stinks. And I've never seen this before. The type of like flashing that happens when I try to turn it on. Are you thinking about starting an OnlyFans? Sorry if I haven't seen some of the comments. I've just been, I had a lot of stuff that I wanted to get out. I wasn't going to do a thing. I was thinking about just like selling off like my board games. I was like, if I sold off all of my games, could I then maybe get enough? And then maybe I'll just kind of change the camera angle when I'm out here to be like behind some of the helmets or something like that. And the thing is, I just don't know, because when I've sold games in the past, you still have to ship it to people, and shipping is so expensive right now. You sell a game for like $50 and it costs you $40 to ship it. Is it even worth it? So I don't know. It would only work if I could sell games locally to people in Orlando, and most of the people I know in Orlando who are into gaming have all the same games that I do. So I don't know if that's even going to work. So a lot of people had suggested to me like start a GoFundMe or something like that, and I don't know GoFundMe. Because I already have a PayPal, so I've figured I would just try the PayPal fund, which is kind of like the same thing. So so it's basically a GoFundMe or something like that, but it's in the links. It's a PayPal fund, and so I don't want to go crazy. But computers are expensive. They are just expensive, especially like you can get like a real cheap thing for like $100 to $200, but that's gonna be like a Chromebook or something like that. And what I need for streaming and for my setup is I need like a desktop with a little bit of power to it, because I need to be able to do video processing. That's a little bit processor intensive. Plus I stream gaming sometimes, like Star Wars Squadrons, and I need all those USB ports and stuff like that. So generally gaming PCs can run anywhere between $1,000 and $4,000 or so when you start looking at them for the high ones. Mini Crab was on the PC that blew up. So Mini Crab is dead. Shoot, I forgot about that. You guys in chat are reminding me now. Mini Crab is done. I'll have to create another Mini Crab. Well, one day that can be part of this celebration. I will allow, I will allow you guys to give me advice on how Mini Crab should be reborn. Maybe we can come up with something truly crazy. That would be a nice celebration. But anyway, but on the more serious stuff, So what I've set the goal as 1,200 is what I'm looking for, because I think that can get me kind of a very modest PC that will still have a little bit of chunk to it, that can do what I need to do, because in the interim. And if I don't get the support, that's fine. I will find other ways. I have games that I can try to sell, and I can work on, trying to at least do that. But the thing is, it's going to take me months to build up enough for that. And in the interim, I'm not really going to be able to make much in the way of content. I can do these live streams from my phone, and I'm fortunate. And I recognize that I'm very lucky to have a phone. There's people in the world that don't have phones. But I can't do the same type of content that I would normally do from my phone. This is like something supplemental that I do. Now, granted, yes, back up your PCs right now. Absolutely. I have a lot of stuff backed up. I actually did a backup last month. So I do have some of my files and things like that saved. I should have called it Save Mini Crab. Yeah, I don't know how many people would get that reference though. That would be really funny. But I wanted to do just a video to talk to you guys, because I'm not going to have very much content out over the next month. So do I do this full time? You'd think so. You'd think so with as much as I do of it. But let's see. I hope it gets fixed, man. Tweeted you to Greg Salazar. Yeah, I saw a tag. Yeah, I think it's dead, because I've also, like a little history on me. I used to be, when I was in the Army, I was a PC guy. I was a computer guy. And so I used to do a lot of PC repair. I used to build all my own PCs, and I know a lot of, I know how to save a PC, or at least extend the life of a PC for the most part. Now, PC technology changes over time, so sometimes there's new tips and tricks and things that you learn. But I'm pretty sure it's totally dead right now, which is a shame. It's a real shame. Like at first, I thought it was going to, because like I started turning things off and turning them on again, and trying to get power to it. I had a video signal for a minute, so I thought the video card was okay. But then that went away too. It seems like it was a cascade failure, and it was pretty warm. So I think something, either maybe a cooling thing is what caused the failure, or just some kind of motherboard failure. But right now it's totally dead. But it still does get power, but nothing else at all. Which is really bad. And then of course when it gets power, it shuts off and then comes back on, shuts off, comes back on, and then some of the lights stay on, and then it just goes into like this state where it doesn't change at all anymore. It's very, very weird. It's not just power with no display. I did have a display, and then that started to, because then it came up and it said something else. But now it's gotten even worse. It's gotten even worse. Yeah, there's no beeps at all. But yes, usually if there was RAM, then that would have been a different kind of issue, because usually there's a lot of times there's beeps if there's a RAM problem too, if memory serves. I haven't done like A+ type security stuff in about 15 years. But yeah, I've tried an awful lot of the usual tips and tricks already. But I also, at the same time, it is 6 years old. It's an old gaming PC, and it lasted me a very long time. But before that, I mean, PCs used to die like every 2 to 3 years. I don't know. But yes, reseating everything is definitely an idea. I reseated the RAM, and that did not fix it. But I mean, I guess I could try to reseat everything else. I don't know. I don't know about the processor. I'm not sure if I know how to do that. RAM's easy. Other stuff is not so easy. But yeah, so this happened last night, and so I was up late last night trying to work on it, and I didn't want to. So at this point, I let it sit overnight. I unplugged it. Just said maybe it was just overheated and everything. We got a super chat from Peter. Thank you so much, Peter. What are the specs you are looking to get? Right now, some of the PCs that I've been looking at, I'd like to get at least 16 gigs of RAM. 32 if possible. So I don't know. I think 16 is reasonable though. Like, I'm not trying to go crazy. Like, I don't need, some incredible super gaming computer. Although, I mean, granted, that'd be great. But I think, I've been looking at a couple of the, been looking for like 16 gigs of RAM. Like an i5 is probably fine. I don't really have a processor type that I favor, right? I'm not super into PC anymore. But generally, I'm trying to go kind of cheap, because I just need something that is going to be able to do the video processing, to be able to do video gaming, because again, Star Wars video gaming is something else that I cover as well. So I think, but the problem is laptops generally aren't going to do what I need, because I need a lot more setups. I need a lot more plugins and a lot more physical connectors. So usually a desktop is what's going to work what I've been looking at. So I've been looking at CyberPower PC, and then some things at like local Best Buy, and doing some cross-referencing, because again, I've been out of the PC specs market for a while. But I think, so I set the fundraising goal at like 1,200. I think that's going to get me kind of a lower level but still chunky PC. I don't want to be too aggressive with it. And if for some reason there ends up being more than that, then maybe I can go a little higher, or upgrade peripherals, because like my whole setup is actually really old. My monitors are even older than my PC, because I have a dual monitor setup. But like I think 8 years on the one monitor, 7 years on the other, and even my keyboard and mouse are like ancient. So like I probably need like a whole new setup at some point, but the PC is the only thing that's actually dead right now, which is definitely a thing. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'll do some more research. I don't expect this to be resolved immediately. Hopefully I'll get a resolution. What I would like in theory is to kind of have a plan for by the end of Gen Con, because I know I'm going to have a lot of video footage that I'm going to be taking at Gen Con that I would love to be able to come back and load onto a PC and get things ready and have more video uploaded, you know, and that's kind of, but from now until then, it's going to be pretty slim as far as video content from me. I may try to do like weekly streams or something like that from my phone. We'll try to do those periodically. So, and that's it. Maybe I'll just have a little downtime. I mean, I haven't really ever taken a break. You know, how many years have I been doing this? You know, like almost daily. It was daily for a long time. The last couple of days, I've slowed down a little bit, but like I've never really just taken a break. So I might maybe this would be good. You know, something like that can be good. This could be good for mental health. You know, to take a week or two off or something like that. Well, I can't take it all off because I'm going to Gen Con. And I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of you guys there. So that is cool. I'm thinking about bringing an Armada list to play. I don't know if I'm going to play in the, but yeah. But yeah. So, oh yeah, no, so anyway, that's where things are. We'll see how it goes. I know somebody just said sell some of your stuff, and right, that sounds great. And I've done that before. The problem is used board games don't sell for all that much. You know, a game that was $60 that's used is going to sell for like half that price. And then when you got to ship it to somebody, you make like maybe $3 off of a $60 game. So, you know, it's a thing. I don't know. We're going to see. We're going to see what's out there. But this is also just to let you know that there's going to be a lack of video content for about the next month. So we'll see what happens. And I know some of you guys have been like reaching out with a lot of how much for my car. I kind of need that. But yeah. Well, I will talk to you guys later. We got a super chat from Curly. At the moment, the Ryzen 5000 is a really good bang for the buck, so I'd recommend going for red over Team Blue. All right, okay. I keep that. Well, cost is definitely an issue right now, so that's cool. And I don't really need I don't need like super top of the line stuff. It was AMD. Yeah, AMD is fine with me. I don't have a preference. I don't know if I've had an AMD before, so it sounds like that could be really fun. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. I want to thank you all for hanging out. A short live stream today. Just wanted to get the word out. Again, there are some videos still coming, and I will. I got 2 more that are coming over the next week or so. So there'll be a terrain review coming as well as a Legion battle report, and hopefully a lot of live streaming type stuff from Gen Con. So and I saw some comments, will I play for money? That sounds very strange. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that's even appropriate. We'll talk, but all right, I can't stay too long. I actually have to get back to work. So I will talk to you guys later, and may the force be with you, and hopefully I'll be back on my feet soon, with regular video content, and I'm sure we'll find a way. I'm sure I'll, if I got to sell some of these things. Marvel United, I might be able to get a little bit of money for that. Marvel United, maybe, because I don't see myself playing that as much as I had thought I was going to play that. So I don't know if anybody in Orlando is looking to buy a full set of Marvel United. Hit me up. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. May the force be with you, and have a great day. Crystal, thank you. Have a good rest of your day, and hope you enjoy your break. Thank you. I will enjoy my break. I will try to have a good rest of my day, and hope you have a fantastic day too. All right, you guys take care. Bye-bye.